friends, today we are going to talk about one of the most phenomenal incidents in the Indian history, and this is none other than the incarnation of Buddha in India. Dear friends, as you know that more than 2500 years have gone. With every passing day, Buddha becomes brighter like anything. Now, we do not know any place on this earth where the light of Buddhism has not spread. So definitely there was something in his personality we need to crack about or decode about. Dear friends, there was a small republic of Sakya around 6th century BC. We find many upheavals in the social, political and economic life of Indian subcontinent. This was the time, for the first time, iron was used in the agriculture, which we find in many Buddhist texts like Sutta. This was the time when Indian agriculture was yielding surplus everywhere. This was the time many people were fed up of the traditional Varna order based on the line of birth. This was the time when many kings were fed up from the huge dakshina offered to the Brahmins. This was the time when many Varna like Vaisya and others were coming into the spotlight because of the rising trade. So 6th century BC marks the complete upheaval in the Indian subcontinent. My dear friends, this was the age when 16 Mahajanpada existed, and besides these 16 Mahajanpadas, there were 11 republics into the place. Now, there was one eternal question: how long these 11 republics will survive against these big Mahajanpadas, and how these Mahajanpadas are going to resort to, whether they are going to resort to the policy of expansion, or we need to stop their policy by the policy of non-violence. So a lot of upheavals were taking place, and this was the time when there was a petty chief of Sakya clan named Suddhodhan. Suddhodhan, who was the head of Sakya clan, and generally in this clan there is a system: if you get married with a girl who has another younger girl, you have to marry with both the girls of the family, same family. So naturally he had also two wives. The first one Mahamaya Devi, and the second one Maha Prajapati Gautami. Dear friends, generally when we grow up, and especially if you are a ruler, whatever a small kingdom, whatever a small principality it may be, everyone seeks for the descendant, how this, who will succeed my seat, and naturally everyone wants his son to succeed. But Suddhodan was 40 plus without having any successor. So he left no stone unturned, visiting all the pilgrim places, wishing for a male child. Finally, one day he saw his wife Mahamaya saw the symbols like elephant in the dream, which is supposed to be the symbol signifying that very soon you are going to become the mother of a male child. Anyway, the pious moment came, and when she was about to deliver, she expressed her wish to visit her mother's place. Immediately, Suddhodan agreed to send her to her mother's place. But in the meanwhile, there was a groove of a garden, and there actually there is a place known as place in Nepal presently at Lalitpur district. Asoka claims Hit Buddha Jate. So Rumindei is the exact place where in a forest area she delivered the birth of the male child. But just 7 days after his birth, Mahamaya Devi passed away. So for Suddhodan, there was a mixed reaction. He lost one of the cozy part of his life, his wife, near and dear. At the same time, he got the successor. So he convened an assembly of astrologers to know the future of the son, which was a normal tradition in those days. And most of the astrologers agreed that dicey picture is there. Dicey in the sense either he may become a Chakravarti ruler, or chances are very high he might become a monk. The first option gives excitation, gives encouragement, but as you know that no father will agree, especially if he is a ruler, that his son turns out to become a monk. So amidst the dicey picture, he called one, a small child, and he told, no, his name was Kondinne. He told, no, your son is going to become a monk only. Now Suddhodan was very much confirmed because most of them were dicey, and this prodigy child told him that definitely he is going to become a monk. Maybe some others are raising two fingers because they wanted to make him satisfy. So then he asked this prodigy child Kondinne, how you are confirmed? Sir, I am 100% confirmed your son is going to become a monk. Could you give me some lead? Yes, sir. Once he comes across 4 symbols in his life, he will definitely become a monk. What would be these 4 symbols? The old man, the sick man, a dead body, and the monk. If he comes across these 4 things, no doubt he will become a monk. So Dodan decided to ban all the four symbols till he grows up. At the age of 16, Siddharth got married. Siddharth means early name of original name of Gautam Buddha. Got married with Yasodhara, and at the age of 28 he became father of Rahul. But even becoming father, a few days before, it was found that he was remaining into a sort of meditation, which was not a normal thing. Buddha's father tried to motivate him towards the lust of the life, but he was just like a fish in the ocean, jal vich meen pyasi. He got never attracted with the lusts of the life because he was the man of different world. After the birth of his son, he was desperate to see the outer world, which he was kept bereft of. So, because he had a personal horse named Kanthak and charioteer named Channa. So, requested Channa to allow him for the visit of the outer world, and surprisingly, to the utter surprise of everyone, in the very first day he came across all the four symbols. Dear friends, this is called the destiny. After coming across the first symbol, he had never seen any old man in his life. He was totally surprised. He asked, why your skins have become so loose? Why your hairs have turned grey? Why you look so tired? The old man was surprised because he knew that this is a normal phenomena of life. But for Siddharth, who never saw any old man including his father, it was totally a new thing to see. Then he asked Channa, will I too become like this? Channa told, yes sir. Every abode of life has to turn older in the later course of time. The second symbol what he saw, because Buddha was kept in completely pious environment, he never fell sick till he grew up. The second symbol what he came across was the symbol of a sick person who was full of suffering from colic pain. Again Buddha got shocked and asked Channa, what is this? Sir, this is called as sickness. What is this sickness? Sir, in every abode of life, sickness is eternal. No man can remove the sickness from his body. At one point of time, everyone has fallen sick. Even me too, yes sir, nobody knows. Then he saw the dead body, and coming across the dead body, he was totally shocked. He was totally pulverizing, and he was not actually, people say that at that point of time he got unconscious. After a few moments he was awakened, and then he asked, what was that? Sir, that is the end of the life. Every abode of life has to finish the journey, and one day it has to end. Even me too, yes sir. Oh my God, I am not going to survive. Yes, sir. So everybody is going to die in this life. Me too, yes. Then he came across a monk who was very happy, in a mood of bliss, and he asked, why you are so happy? Then he replied, I have no lust from this world. Okay, me too is going to follow the same path. That was the sparking moment. That was the very moment he decided to take the path of a monk. Now he was desperate to become monk, and once he returned, actually the story of his visit to the outer world was known to Suddhodan, but even Suddhodan thought that he has become the father. Now he will have his lust for his own son. So no need keeping barrier like this. So in this Sakya clan, there is a tradition that unless the son turns 1.25 year, you cannot see his face being a father. So Suddhodan didn't see this Siddhartha didn't see the face of his son, and one night desperately he decided to leave the house. That incident is known as Mahaviniskraman in the life of Buddhism, the great Mahaviniskraman, the great phenomena of leaving the house. So somehow Channa agreed to take him away in the middle of the night. It was the full moon night, and what he saw prior to leaving the home, he was desperate to see the face of his son. He could not see. That we can see in the portrayal, one of the portrayal of Ajanta paintings, how Buddha is desperate to see the face of his son, who is sleeping in the lap of his mom, and one can easily read out what is going on in his mind. Anyway, actually once he leaves the home, he crosses the areas like Ram, Kuliye Gram, and finally he reaches at Omi river. At that time it was known as Anoma. Buddha asked Channa, what is the name of this river? Channa replied, Sir, Anoma. Do you know Anoma meaning? No, I do not know, no, sir, because I am an illiterate. Anoma means the great destination. So this is the place where I leave you. Oh my God, how come you leave me? Because your father will kill me. So the very moment he decided to take initiation, Upsampada, at Anoma river, all his costly dresses were left, donated to Channa. Even he disfigured his own face, even he shaved his hairs, and decided to go for an all-out change in his life. In due course of time, he met with two famous gurus of Sankhya and Yoga philosophy, Alar Kalam and Udrak Ramputra. Then finally, he decided to settle at Bodh Gaya to get some enlightenment. 49 days of austere practice at Niranjana river, sitting under the peepal tree, he got the enlightenment. What was this enlightenment and what he was seeking for? Actually, after coming across these four symbols, he learned four fundamentals of life. What was the four fundamentals? The first was that, and how he got the meditation after eating. Actually, generally in Hindu philosophy, the unmarried girls, they crave some wishes from the peepal tree, that if I get some good husband, I will offer you this, I will offer you that. So there was one girl, named Sujata. She had a crave for a good husband, which she got, and decided to offer a condensed milk from 1,000 cows, condensed milk kheer. And that this Buddha was the first who consumed that kheer. At the time, there were five more uh, people who were, they were the Brahmins, and they were also doing practice with Buddha. Kondin, Mahanam, Asjit, there were five people, right? Bhaddiye, they were the one who were practicing with Buddha, but once they saw that Buddha eating this pious kheer, they left. They thought that the place has become corrupt. Anyway, after eating that pious kheer, he decided to go for 49 days uh, meditation, and finally defeating uh, the Mar, the god of sex, god of desire. In the Bhumi Aspars Mudra, he got the final enlightenment. And Bhumi Aspars Mudra is nothing but the mudra in which he tells Mar, that he tells the world that, see, earth is the witness. She saw how I killed the Mar. Anyway, after 49 days of meditation, he became enlightened, and now he was Buddha. What was the real discovery? What was the real enlightenment he got, and what he was searching for? What was his hunt? Actually, to Buddha, he saw that growing older is a matter of pain, sorrow. He saw that childhood is a sorrow. He saw that youngerhood is a sorrow. That means his conclusion was, life is full of sorrow. Life is full of sorrow. So the first noble truth he placed in front of the world is, life is full of sorrow. Now, generally in Hinduism it is believed that sorrow is because of the past life karma. But here he says no. Sorrow is because of the this life karma only. And every sorrow is related to a reason. It is not blank. So there must be the origin of the sorrow. There must be a reason behind a sorrow. And the third idea is that, what is the sorrow? What is the reason of the sorrow? Reason of the sorrow is desire. Cause of the sorrow is desire. Desire causes the sorrow. Unexpected desire gives you unexpected sorrow. So the cause of sorrow is desire, none other than desire. Then what is the remedy? Remedy of the sorrow is eightfold path. Cause of the sorrow is desire. And remedy of the sorrow, eightfold path. See, in Hinduism, a lot of cumbersome things are called as remedy. You do this, yagya, this, that. Here it's very simple remedy. Eightfold path. And that too divided into three forms: pragya, seal, and samadhi. Three, two. So, how we are going to see, how you are going to work, how you are going to speak. So, all the senses which makes you public, you need to think deeper, you need to introspect while moving into the action. So right vision, right action, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right? So right exercise. So these are some of the elements of Ashtangic Marg, through which, so Buddhism is a complete doctrine, where it is not limited to identifying the problem, it also speaks about the solution. For the first time in the history of human religion, what we get is the solution oriented path, solution oriented religion, and that is why it attracted many of the rulers to become a Buddhist patron. Anyway, in the next lecture, we will elaborate how Buddhism spread and what was the reason behind and what was the real crux of the Buddhist philosophy. Thank you very much for watching.